So yesterday we just released our 2024 holiday trends report, and it's essentially a collection of just interesting facts and figures that I don't feel are talked about that much, but they kind of show the wide range about how retail has changed and adapted over the years, and points that I think can be valuable for not just retail occupiers but also developers. For example, if you look at retail's inventory to sales ratio, back in the 90s, in the early 2000s, the inventory to sales ratio was much higher for retailers than the other lines of business, but nowadays it's actually much lower. So retailers are having to carry less inventory for more sales, and I just find that fascinating that those efficiencies have been created, and I think a lot of that is just due to the transformation of the supply chain that we've been seeing. Some of it purposeful, but let's face it, some of it has been needed. We were just talking about the pandemic and how it's almost a half a decade ago, and just the changes since then. If you think about how quickly retail had to adapt to this entirely new reality that we had, within 2 weeks of the pandemic, grocery stores had transformed how they operate, and they were doing curbside pickup to app orders, and fast food restaurants and quick serve restaurants had changed the way their drive-thrus work. They said, look, you can't sit inside, but we got you. Here's a pad, you give us your order, and it'll be ready for you by the time you go to the drive-thru. And now look at how many quick service restaurants and fast food restaurants are being developed that don't even have dine-in. So it's just fascinating how quickly that's all happened. And I think we need to kind of take a step back to think about that. And that's kind of what this report does.